This is Minimech Tech News with new video about Intel having more issues. Raptor Lake gamers have been dealing with a persistent stability issue causing game crashes for months. Initially, it appeared that Intel was on the verge of releasing a fix. However, the company later clarified that the problem was more complex than initially reported. Users with Intel's Core i9-14900K and 13900K CPUs have faced increased game crashes, prompting numerous developers to release support notices. Intel has stated that it is investigating the issue. Reports from the German blog Igor's Lab suggested that Intel had identified the cause of the instability as an incorrect value in the microcode algorithm associated with the Enhanced Thermal Velocity Boost (ETVB) feature based on an internal document. This led Raptor Lake users to believe a fix was imminent. Unfortunately, Intel later stated that these reports were inaccurate and that they are still working to identify the root cause. In a statement, Intel clarified, contrary to recent media reports, Intel has not confirmed the root cause and is continuing to investigate user reports of instability issues on unlocked Intel Core 13th and 14th generation K/KF/KS desktop processors. The microcode patch mentioned in the press fixes an ETVB bug discovered by Intel during its investigation, but this is not the root cause of the instability. Intel developed ETVB technology for the Raptor Lake S processors to enhance performance in games and applications by overclocking the cores above the maximum turbo frequency under certain conditions. Igor's Lab initially reported that Intel found a displacement in the minimum operating voltage on the Core i9 parts due to elevated core voltages, with a firmware update forthcoming, which turned out to be only partially correct. In the meantime, gamers have found workarounds with some advice from developers. The crashes vary by title, with some producing out-of-memory errors, others exiting to the desktop, and some causing complete system lockups. Some CPUs work fine for weeks to a month before encountering stability issues, with Unreal Engine being a common factor among the affected games. Developers have provided different advice on how to mitigate the issue, mainly focusing on clocking adjustments. Epic Games advised users to tweak BIOS settings. Fat Shark, the developer of Vermintide 2 and Warhammer 40,000, Darktide, suggested using the Intel Extreme Tuning Utility, XTU, to underclock the performance core speed from x55 to x53. Gearbox recommended removing any overclocks in BIOS or using XTU, noting that BIOS changes persist after a reset, unlike those made with Intel's software. The developers of Outpost, Infinity suggested downclocking from 5 GHz to around 5 GHz to prevent crashes.